Welcome. My name's Adrian Alexander, owner of the sales firm. We do coaching and consulting for different types of businesses, mostly internet-based businesses, so online coaches and consultants as well, and digital agencies. I also have just launched Sunsetters, which is a growth agency in the solar market, helping them with their client acquisition processes. That's something you'll be able to see a bit more of as I document that journey and go through that process with you guys as well and take it to wherever we do. But to keep it simple, today's video is going to be just a high level sort of overview of what a sales process is, why it's important, and how you can supplement that in your business, ultimately getting more cash money. All right. So sales is simply a process of helping people find solutions to their problems through your products and services. Unless somebody sees value in what you do, then a sale is not going to take place. If you think about it like this, you see a lot of cases where you have two products that are exactly the same, but they have different prices. And one of those products is able to display more value to command that sort of price point. Sales ultimately helping people find solutions to their problems. Whether you're offering coaching or consulting, selling is about building relationships and providing value to that person. It's about understanding somebody's needs or the market's needs and the wants of consumers and businesses, and being able to fill that with your ideas or whatever the case is, whatever product or service you're selling. So the sales process itself can be broken down into quite a few different steps, and you can sort of think of it as your guide from taking someone knowing about what you do all the way to giving you hard-earned cash. Now, there's two different types of processes. So you've got a sales process and a marketing process. These are two very different things. The marketing process is building awareness and attracting people to what you do. And the sales process is taking that person from, being interested or showing interest in what you do all the way to becoming a client or a customer of yours or whatever it is that you do, right? So marketing is all about attracting, building awareness of what you do. And then the sales process is turning that person into a customer or converting that person into a client. Now, you'll probably hear a few sayings like strong marketing equals easy sales and shit marketing equals sales. The better your marketing is, the easier the sales process will be because it does a lot of that sort of pre-selling and stuff like that. But that's not to say that, you don't necessarily need both at the end of the day. And I'll probably get a lot of flack for saying this, but you think of like a cold caller, for example, that person who's cold calling a business, the first part of that conversation is acting like a marketer because they're raising awareness of that product and service this person's never heard of before, and then putting them through into a sales process. So, can you get sales and customers and clients without marketing? Absolutely. If you just had the skill set to get sales, can you get clients? Absolutely, because you can force that situation to happen by, cold calling and raising that awareness yourself. And then on that same call, starting a sales process. Whereas if you only have the marketing skills, there's a good chance you're probably going to run out of money or time or whatever the case is to get a sale if you don't have those necessary sales skills. So marketing, attracting and raising awareness of what you do and the sales processes, we convert that person from stranger to customer or client. So examples of sales processes. So there's a few different types. You've got business to business. So that's, for example, Sunsetters, we provide a client acquisition process and service for solar businesses. So we generate leads for them, and then we turn those leads into appointments into their sales team's calendar, right? So they're a business, they're a solar installer, and we're a business. We provide the client acquisition service. Business to business, then you've got business to consumer. So you want to think of this like someone selling gym memberships or fitness program. They're selling it to individual consumer and really sort of on an emotional kind of need or want or sales process there. Other example is your retail sales, online consumer goods, things like that. Then you've also got an enterprise level sales, which is your more complex, high level, dealing with large organizations, usually 1,000 staff plus. You might have to meet with 10 to 15 times before you get anywhere. They'll generally have preferred supplier agreements to be even have the conversations. If you're not on that agreement, you can't even talk to them really. Not to say that you can't. There's some tricks on how to get around that, but this is quite a more complex sort of process where the salesperson would have perhaps a sales engineer, their own dedicated marketing person, and really the whole organization is trying to find the best outcome for that enterprise level agreement. And the implementation of those sort of deals, it could take 2 years, it could take a year to get the deal signed, and then to actually roll out what it is that you're selling could take another 1 year to 2 years. Comes to like change management and all that sort of stuff, right? So B2B, B2C, enterprise level. Now, the importance of having an actual sales process. Now, having a sales process is going to allow you to have consistency. So it ensures a uniform approach to selling and improving the efficiency and effectiveness over time, right? So let's say you get lucky and you've got the few clients. Having that, how you got those clients, you need to have documented. If you don't, then you don't know what's working well and what isn't working well. So you need a predictable way to make sales, and that's what the sales process will allow you to do. Otherwise, it's just always going to seem like, oh, I just got lucky today, or fucking client just fell into my lap, right? And also on the flip side of that, it's going to show you what's going wrong, why the fuck you're not getting any sales, because you'll be able to see throughout your process where the leads are stopping and what you need to do to change or to fix that or to tweak it a little bit and start getting some fucking cash money, all right? Also, it's going to help better customer relationships as well. So, keeping yourself organized, it's a bit of a brand thing too. So you're out there and you're outreaching to different businesses. You say you're going to contact people and get back to them at a certain time. If you don't do things like that, you shoot yourself in the foot. The sales process will allow you to have some sort of structure to opening a conversation with someone and then moving them through to become a client, whether there's callbacks or whatever the case, whatever it is that you've got to do in between. Maybe you've sent a proposal, allow you to keep track and manage where you're up to with each individual prospect. And it allows you to make decisions based on that data too. So if you can see that, you're getting quite a lot of leads, but you're not getting past the introduction, right? Well, is the quality of leads good, right? You can have a look at that sort of data and make decisions as to the growth of the business or what you do next, right? Or what needs to be worked on. So disadvantages. So not having a sales process means you're going to have a really inconsistent approach to what you're doing. You won't know why you're getting sales. And on the flip side of that, you won't know why you're not getting sales either, right? So it's also going to mean that you might miss quite a lot of opportunities. You're not putting in the level of effort required in certain areas to be able to new business and get new clients on board. You may find that you might be letting through quite a lot of opportunities for you and your business slip through the cracks. You're basically fucking throwing money away. So it's also going to keep you accountable too, because you'll be able to track your performance. So you'll be able to benchmark what good performance looks like. And then when you go to hire more sales staff or whatever it is that you do, be able to hold people accountable to those numbers, because use is the tried and true method to taking someone in my business from A to close, from stranger to close, following this process. And it takes this amount of calls, it takes this amount of meetings or this many interactions for that situation, that conversion to happen, which is what we're all fucking here for. Common mistakes in the sales process is really skipping the sales process or skipping steps in the sales process. Ultimately that's going to really fuck up what you're doing. Right? It's a process for a reason. It's structured for a reason, and you need to cross off those certain parts of the sales process for that conversion to happen, for that person to become a client. But that doesn't necessarily mean, you have to start from the first part, which is prospecting. Lead might come to you that says, yeah, I want to sign up, right? So they've skipped a couple of steps. They already know who you are. They're reaching out to you, and you're at more tail end of a sales process where that conversion can happen quickly. But you have to identify whereabouts in the sales process each and every single lead is to be able to make that call. Without knowing where that person is and lining it up with your sales process and where that person falls into, then you won't know which steps to take next and what to do next and what's going to get this person over the line. So the fundamental sort of aspects of a sales process generally comes down to a few different things. So you've got lead generation, so that's attracting your potential customers. Lead nurturing, which is building your relationships with people and educating leads. What do I mean by educating leads? So some, for example, services, if you think of like HR, right? HR provide, policies and management of staff and those sort of people, management of those day-to-day people issues, right? It's very hard and difficult to be able to return on investment to a business owner. It's very difficult to explain to a business owner how that manage these employee issues and having the right policies in place is going to provide a return on investment and ultimately help their business run better, right? So it's hard to get all of that across in the right way for them to understand. So what you need to do is you need to educate that person through content or through conversations, through examples, and educate why it's worth talking to you, why it's worth becoming a client. So that's lead nurturing. So, you're not always going to get everyone on the first go. Your business to consumer, yes, like that's ideally what you're looking for, a one call close, absolutely. But when it comes to businesses, generally you need to have you need to have a compelling reason that shows a great return on investment for that business to feel confident in your solution that you're trying to provide. They might not be aware of the problem, so you need to make them aware and educate them of that problem, and then position yourself as the fucking star of solutions to that problem, right? Qualifications. So not every lead that you're going to get is going to be qualified for what you do, right? So you could get plenty of leads that come through, but can you actually sell to them? Are there certain parameters of your selling process? For example, you sell sales training packages, but the lead that's come through is only, a one-man band consultant. It's going to be difficult to sell a team sales training package if they don't have sales teams. Make sense? So you've got, qualification and proposal. So this is where you're coming up with the ideal solution. You're presenting it back to them, or pitch, they might call it. Negotiating. So it's, trying to get a good commercial agreement between both parties that's going to favor you both moving forward, right? So sort of the terms of that, whether it's, a couple of year contracts or a one-off or recurring revenue, these types of things. And then closings when, you ask for that cash money, honey, and you get those dollar bills in your back pocket, right? But as I said, so this is the process, right? That's a sales process, and you need to be able to take a stranger to not knowing who you are to becoming a client. You need to go through these sort of step. It's going to help them become a client of yours. So follow up and handling any objections and things like that. So, when you're going through a sales process, not everyone's going to say yes, but it might be because they simply just don't understand, or you haven't communicated the value you haven't communicated the value of what your service or product is going to provide for them in a way that helps them understand why they should become a client. So they might give you an objection, which is usually a request for more information of some sorts. That's about really clarifying and understanding, what's holding them back, what they don't understand, going through with everything and ensuring that they've got a good understanding of exactly what this is going to do for them, and you creating a safe place for them to say yes to you to make that sort of purchasing decision. I mean, that's essentially it, right? So sales process, prospecting, initial contact, qualification of the lead, teaching or presenting what you do, handling any objections or concerns that might come up, closing, so that's asking for the money, which is, you'll find that that's actually sort of the hardest part to learn for people that don't have sales skills, because that what they'll do is they present, the bee's knees of what they do and make it all look spick and spam, and they're pitching to their prospect and thinking they're doing a fucking great job. And when it comes to closing, they either A, don't close, so they don't ask for the money, or they say, you know, something like, does this sound interesting? Right. And leaving themselves open for the prospect to go, yeah, but I'm not buying it. Right. But there's a few different things that you can do around that, but that's another video. But anyway, Adrian Alexander, you can follow me at Adrian Closes on Instagram, Adrian Alexander on the Facebook. And you can also check out sunsetters.pro if you know anyone with a solar business that wants fucking hot leads and hot appointments sitting in their diary waiting to be turned into new customers, then send them that way. You've also got Full Stack Sales Consultant, which is a full sales cycle coaching, training program, helping other salespeople or business owners or entrepreneurs go from not knowing all aspects of sales to knowing how to open and close, you know, 5 and 6 figure deals, which gives you the tremendous amount of skills where you could start your own business, or you could then go into one of those tech or SaaS or the sales roles like I did, you know, absolutely dominate. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. What do you want to see next? I'm going to have more stuff coming out on the Sunsetters, and I'll do some more sort of basic sales videos as well, just to get the channel moving again. But say hi to your mum for me.